afternoon, dear beloved viewers of Gntv. It is a beautiful afternoon of Tuesday, 6th of February 2024, and this is ALLIAN ATUBANDIIZE taking you throughout today's edition of Gntv at 12. We are proudly sponsored by New Ace Health Limited, and let's take a look into our news. The opposition members of parliament from Kampala and metropolitan areas have inspected the bad roads in Kampala city, and they moved with an order from the leader of opposition in parliament, Honorable Joel Senyonyi. This comes after the leaders of opposition were put under house arrest for almost 2 weeks. Let's take a look.
Okuba nti n'okukola ekkubo bakirabanga omukisa ng'ate bawa emisolo n'owulira nti Museveni akola amakubo e Congo. Naye wana abamusasula omusolo tasobola yadde kubakolera makubo. Imagine ng'osula mu kitundu nga kino laba enfuufu eyo. Bano balina famire, balina amaduuka mugalaba, we bayita buli lunaku, kwegamba bannansi ne kibeera ng'omusango okubeera mu Uganda. N'olwekyo kinsanyusiza nnyo, mpulidde mbu ne Museveni agenda kulambula. Twagala gy'alambuleko nga naffe bwe tulambudde. Alabe emyala gino, alabe abawa omusolo we basula we bayita. Kubanga ne mu budget ya Uganda mulimu sente ezigenda ne zikola amakubo e Congo. Yensonga lwaki ne bannansi twagala okubagamba nti tuwabisa omusajja ono mulabe nti gavumenti eno yeetaaga okukyusa. N'olwekyo guno tugututte nga mukisa. Tetukitutte ng'ekyomuzannyo. Leader of opposition okwerekereza obudde bwe mukimanyi mwena nti agenda kulambula Honorable Sejjirinya babagambye ali bubi. Naye ne yeerekereza n'agamba tusooke tulambula amakubo tulabe abawa omusolo we basula. Tulabe bannansi embeera gye bayitamu ne tutuuka ne ku myala ne tulaba emyala bwe gifaanana. Kakati kino kyekifaananyi kye twagala okutwala mu palamenti ya Uganda ti bassebo ne bannyabo tuli wano tufuweeta oluzungu naye practically ku ground ebintu si birungi.
Ongaze enguudo z'omu Kampala. Enguudo z'omu Kampala ziri bubi nnyo. Abantu bazze bazoogerako n'okwekalakasa ne kwekalakasa, naye ate abantu bano mu kifo ky'okuteeka essira okutereeza enguudo kakade sina ne baliteeka ku bano abeekalakasa bakwate simanyi tubatwale mu makooti naki. Olaba nti priorities zaabwe nfu bwe fuufululu. Kati ffe ng'abakulembeze ne tugamba ensonga zino titugenda kusirika. Nga leader opposition kinkakatako okulondoola emirimu gya gavumenti okulaba nti wabeerewo service delivery kubanga bannayuganda basasula emisolo. Kampala eno egeneratinga ebitundu 6 ku buli 100 sente ez'eggwanga lino 60% ziva wano e Kampala. Kakati bw'otafa ku Kampala ogenda kufaawa kubanga n'awalala wonna mu bitundu by'eggwanga ebirala era enguudo ne service delivery byonna byayonooneka.
Kizibu ensimbi ezibadde zijjanga zikozesebwa bubi. Gavumenti ya Uganda ng'eteekayo obusente butono. Mu road fund obuwumbi buba 10 zaali zibeeranga biliyoni 26 kati bateekayo 10 buli mwaka. Naye ne tufuna eza abatuwola World Bank na Africa Development Bank naye nazo ne zikozesebwa bulungi. Mukimanyi bulungi nti ensonga zino zagenda mu parliament, akakiiko ka Honorable Senyonyi wano akakosase ne kasanga ng'ensimbi zikozesebwa mu bukyamu nga kilomita emu eteekebwako obuwumbi 10 obulala 14. Kati
gye bujja tugenda kulambula amalwaliro nago bannayuganda balabe nti ebintu bino bitubyogerako bya ddala. Tujalambula amalwaliro, tujalambula amasomero n'ebintu ebirala, ensonga za service delivery bwe buvunaanyizibwa bwange nga leader opposition okuteeka gavumenti ku nninga etteeka ligamba to keep government in check. Tujalemerako ku nsonga zino.
Kye nabagambanga nti loopu tumwetaaga abe ku ground si wa kufulo kufuumuula luzungu. Kakati loopu alabye ekiri wano wansi ne batujjako n'emmotoka ne kiyingira mu byafaayo nti abaka ba parliament basobola okugenda mu za parliament ne bazibajjako kuba ababaka abamu n'ebintu bye babitutte n'abasirikale. Kale abasirikale ne babatwala kubanga some of us tusobola okusurvivinga nga tetulina abasirikale. Naye kakati kino kye nalinga ngamba loopu Senyonyi era ampangudde okutambula okulaba abantu embeera gye balimu. Wali ku fulo ya parliament ebigambo byangu okwogera n'ofuweeta oluzungu naye otuuseyo ku ground n'olaba abantu kye bayitamu practically. Era olwaleero Right Honorable Rope Senyonyi atulaza settings gye bayita precedent okulambula ku myala gino ne tulaba nti bano bannayuganda ate be bamu kubasinga okuwa emisolo okulaba bannayuganda embeera gye bayitamu.
In another news, Dr. Monica Msenero, the presidential advisor to the president of Uganda, has cautioned all religions in the sub-region of Busoga to know that education is the key to success. Dr. Monica Msenero said all this as she had met all stakeholders in the region of Busoga, thanking them over the past results of primary leaving examinations. Let's take a look.
So, my friends, in the education system, even with those humongous problems that you have narrated here, we can still improve performance. Education made himself what she is now. And I got that education from Kodiri Primary School and Kalalaka Primary School. Had those schools failed me, I don't know what I would be. You'd never hear of a minister called himself. But we are failing these children. Because the children are not the determinants. It's you, the parents, it's the teachers, it's the leaders, it is us, the community around them, who are not paying sufficient attention. So the children who are growing up without government, there is no government at home, there is no government in the community. How do you pass a child who is supposed to be in class, whether that's your child or not, and they are playing or they're in the training center and you go? I call myself a universal parent. I used to stop on that ring road these days because these men in the car don't stop me. But I see children at the road during school day. I stop. I arrested a parent there in Usoga. I arrested the parents because the community, we must care about these children. The time will come when they will say thank you. But right now, there is foolishness in their hearts. They are blind to what the future has. That's why the children have been entrusted to a parent and to a community. If we leave them on their own to decide, because one of the things that made me call the chairman and tell him we need a stakeholders meeting was to see the numbers of candidates sitting per school. How do you have a whole school like a Petete primary school sit around 20-something students? And then maybe Kalalaka is the one I have the data. 24, 23 students in this community where we have such a high population of children. Where are the children? We cannot sit here and simply say, early pregnancy, what, because this is a real problem. It's like a snake has entered your house and you are just saying, you know, the snake entered, there was a hole at the beginning, now we don't know what to do. Is that what you will do? No, let me tell you, your children, because for you, you are struggling for your children. The people here, you are struggling to make sure that at least the capacity primary school, private, which is here, is where you take your child. Your children, those ones, will never inherit what you have here. Because those children are going to become thugs. The ones who are not going to school, they are going to make the life of your children unbearable. Because the land is no longer there. So we can't say they will cultivate. As Professor was saying, even the fertility of that land is not there. And moreover, they are not learning that they will use modern methods. They will make the lives of your children unbearable in this community. It is not just for those children who are not going to school. It's for all of us. For the security of the community that we love. So we should not sit. The Mgwele says, it's like you sit on yourself and say, it is somebody else's what? Problem. No. It is all of us, our problems. Even us who drive, we will have to invest double in security. Right now, I'm a minister. I have security. When I stop, those children who don't have an income, they will become highway robbers. And they will make our lives impossible. So we need to care. We need to take this personal. each one of us, for you sitting on these governance bodies in the school, who is only waiting when the UPE capitation grant has come to come and discuss with the head teacher, what is your cut? Your children are at risk. By the way, we know some of the challenges. I saw when they mentioned how we use the capitation grant when it comes, I saw a lot of excitement in a certain corner. So, Chairman, this is one of the issues we must look into. I've attended to so many of these issues in the schools. Schools where primary school teachers in government don't want to teach. It is because they feel there are a few people who are eating this money which comes to the school. Am I correct? There are a few people who sit, they divide the money. When they need scholastic materials, they are not there. They also feel they sit there, they thought they could take at least a cup of tea for even 1 month in the term. But it is not there. And so they feel like, okay, the lady teachers sit under the mango tree breastfeeding their children, while the other ones are running around untaught. We need to go down the issues which are affecting the schools. Somebody mentioned about religious sects which are sabotaging government programs. Universal primary education is a government program, and it is the law. Anybody who has a religion that is stopping children from going to school, that religion is not fit to be in our nation. And RDC and your team, we need to deal with them. You are systematically creating families of illiterates. Systematically. Because it's very obvious, it is very obvious, anybody who has been educated, the level of wealth is proportionate. So you are systematically creating poor people. I don't know anywhere Jesus taught such. So those sabotaging education under the pretext of religion, please go and adjust your religion. Remove that requirement because it is a government program. Remove that requirement from your religion.
Za asemeka jese GNTV ATUBANDIIZE.
For that report. And in another news, the Uganda police spokesperson Fred Enanga has come out to caution all parents across the country to give to their children little money in form of pocket money so that they can concentrate on their books for the first term of academic year 2024. Fred Enanga says that most parents in our country have a tendency of giving their children a lot of money, which makes them go wild at school, not concentrating on their books. Let's take a look.
And today we have the official reopening of the first term for 2024. And as always, we anticipate an increase in school activities. It's against this background that the Inspector General of Police has come out to remind all school administrators, educators on their legal responsibilities to protect school children from harm, including any other risks of safety as well as security. And we always guide that all proprietors of schools should follow and adhere to the security and safety guidelines issued by the Ministry of Education. Therefore, we have come out to issue a few security tips because we know that the increase in activities of teaching and learning and many other academic preparations means waking up early to transport children to school, especially day scholars, and which always brings about congestion on roads due to rush hours of dropping and picking children, there are parents who wake up as early as 5 to drive to school. Others begin walking their children as early as 5 a.m. We always notice that there are children who are vulnerable. You find them leaving their homes and walking by themselves to school, which is very, very dangerous, especially where we have child perpetrators and other enemies of children who take advantage of them. So we want to remind all schools, as always, to review their security emergency preparations and make alterations. From the previous emergency preparations that they had, because some of these school safety fundamentals are mastered by parents and other members of the public, so it's important to alter them. And the fact that some children are subjected to abuse and torture within their homes, we recommend that all children are examined, especially boarders, upon their return to school for any signs of child abuse during their holidays and so on. Then children transported on motorcycles are required to wear helmets, since 80% of all head injuries are out of failure to use helmets. This is important. And there are parents who simply leave their children at drop zones. There are chances that they can get concerns. We advise that children should be escorted up to inside their classrooms, especially day scholars. Then school fees challenges. We urge school proprietors, where possible, to give special consideration to parents with school fees concerns due to the emotional and psychological impact it gives to pupils and students who are blocked pending clearance. You know, it is very sad when you see certain pupils and students are waiting at the office, are waiting for clearance, and yet their colleagues are already in the dormitories, in the classrooms. So there's that torture that a child goes through when they see their parents pleading with the school bursar, with the school director of studies, and so on. So it's always good that schools come up with an arrangement where children don't see these challenges that their parents go to, because it is the way it affects them. And where there is bullying in schools, some of the children take advantage, you know, to bully other children. You come from a poor family, oh, you were blocked at the bursar's office and things like that. So it's important to invite these parents, probably like a few days earlier, and you come up with a school structured payment without the child getting to see what their parents actually go through. We need to encourage our children to avoid shortcuts, especially those who are day scholars, and then memorizing routes and landmarks. Parents whose children have allergies should inform the school. That is important. Then strangers are a no-no. Teach children to be cautious of strangers, especially by walking away from strangers who approach them, and so that they're out of danger. Police, of course, does not tolerate bullying in schools, so we encourage parents to teach their children from a young age that bullying is an intolerable offense. They need to they need to know that once somebody intimidates or bullies you, they should know where to go and report such undisciplined students. Then prohibited items must not be smuggled into schools, both day and boarding. Some of these include, of course, use of drugs. There are schools which don't accept smartphones because they are disruptive in nature. Electric gadgets, flammable products like lighters, matches, and which are major fire hazards. Energy drinks, and unnecessary cash and expensive items. There's where a report was issued at one time where children were going with pocket money of 3 million, others 7 million, and of course, if you have the money and you need to spend it in a responsible manner, and so all in all, we want to wish all students a happy first term in the year 2024 and urge them to report any crime and safety concerns to the school teachers, to the police, the local councils, and any other guardians.
Gntv ATUBANDIIZE.
Thank you, Desire, for that report. And then another news, the Uganda Police Force has come out with the new ways of how to report crime without going to the police stations and wasting time plus other resources. SP Chombo Dyson of Information Communication and Technology Department has showed and explained to Ugandans how this UPF mobile application works. We have more.
And I'm here to show you how we use the UPF application, which we call UPF Mobi. UPF Mobi is used on different things, and as we shall explain and show you on the screen, you will see that if you want any police contact, let it be for CID, let it be a counter phone number, let it be OCCID, OC traffic, you don't need to hassle. You just go on UPF Mobi and you get the contact. In case you have any challenge that you maybe want to contact or call the police office at any station, we have all the contacts on the UPF Mobi for the entire country. Other than that, you can also report a crime. Let's say maybe something is happening in your community. You can report a crime through this UPF Mobi. It is received in our command center, and we dispatch a team to help or support where accordingly. So it's what we want to show you on this screen, so that you download it, you install it, and start using it. You avoid this hassle of going to the stations, looking for contacts, start calling people with for contacts, but you'll be having the contacts directly within your phone. All what you need is just a smartphone. Once you have a smartphone, you just download it and install it on your phone, and from there you start using it. So I want to show you to see on the screen all what you. Once you type UPF Mobi, it will come, and you'll see UPF Mobi as you see it there. Now this one has it already installed, but if you don't have it installed, and it's very light, only 3.8 MBs, so it's very light. It takes very short time to be installed, and it doesn't make your phone take enough space on your phone. So after installing it, it will request you to put in your name and contact number. Why do we ask for your contact number? In case you're reporting a case, we don't need again, because sometimes you may be reporting a case when you are under siege and you cannot talk. But we already have your number. So we can track and see where you're sending the message from, and we know maybe the place that you're getting a problem from is that, and then police can reach you and help you. So after opening it, you will get it as you see it there. There is report crime, there is EPS tickets, there is lost and found, there is missing persons, there is search station and nearby stations. Now, I'll start with report crime. On report crime, you enter the category of the crime. On categories, either it is a complaint, you're complaining about a police officer. Maybe he is mishandling you or is mishandling your case. So you can report, you can complain about that police officer, and PSU will pick up that case and handle it accordingly. If it's not complaint, then you're reporting a crime of something that is taking place within the community, maybe mob justice, maybe robbery, or any type of crime. You report it, immediately our command center picks it up and follows up with you to reach and help or give the support that is necessary. And once you finish typing all the information you're typing, you'll get that notification of saying that your case has been reported successfully, and our command and control center will start interacting with you. When we got EPS tickets, now on EPS tickets, here is you're buying a car or your own car, you're not sure whether it has got a ticket that day. Or some of you have taxis, but you don't drive them yourselves, you give them to drivers. And when a driver is reporting the evening, you don't know whether he has committed an offense, a traffic offense or not. So when he's reporting the evening, before you pay him or her, because also there are females who are drivers now, just got EPS ticket, put in your vehicle number. It will show you if that driver that day committed an offense, so that you can deduct the money from him, you clear the ticket. Otherwise, once you have paid him, then you, the car owner, we shall now start demanding money from you because it is your car that committed the offense. So when you put in the number plate, maybe we can just get any person to give us a number plate. We shall not arrest you. UBB 412F. So it will bring the tickets, even if they are 100, even if they are 2, even if it's 1, it will bring the tickets that car is being demanded. It will show you the ticket number, where you committed that offense from, the amount you're supposed to pay, and the PRN. So all what you need is that PRN. You don't need to go to police station or anywhere. All what you need is just that PRN. Just put it in your mobile money and pay. Immediately the ticket will go off from your car. Whether motorcycle, whether buses, any vehicle that is on road, once it has a traffic fine, it will show there without you hassling. Lost and found. Lost and found, here we put national IDs that we pick from our stations and we upload them. So if there is any ID that is lost, maybe your ID is lost and you're not sure where it could be, if it is at a certain station and you put it in, it will show, and you know that this, for example, like this one of Namugize Winnie, the proper type is a national ID, it is at Chira Road Police Station. And the contact person number is there. So even you can call this person and the person will confirm to you and that yes, your ID is here. Of course, we hide the serial number, the NIN, because they may be misused by wrong people. So, but at least you know that that is your photo and that is your name. So you just go to the station and pick your ID. There's no charge. No police officer should charge you when you're picking your ID. It is free, to get it. And missing persons, in case a person is missing, we put the information here of the person is missing. And in case you're there and you see that person, you say, hey, this person is being looked for. I saw the details on UPF Mobi. So you can contact police and you say the person you're looking for is here, or I've seen him in this location, and police can come and connect with the family of that person. So this is all about UPF Mobi. It is simple to use, but so important and helpful. Feel free to download it. Feel free to use it to report anything. The information will reach us, and we shall handle it the way how it has come.
In another report, following the commencement of the academic year 2024 yesterday, Harambe Kaharo Secondary School in Kabale District was forcefully closed by the Office of the Resident District Commissioner, Kabale District. This issue comes following ownership struggle between the church and the Diocese of Kigezi and a one-renowned Serikale. Let's take a look.
Harambe Kaharo Secondary School in Kabale District was forcefully closed by the Office of the Resident District Commissioner in the district. The decision stems from the fierce ownership dispute involving the Diocese of Kigezi, the local community, and the school administration. Established in 1997 by Scottish national Hector Sutherland under the Harambe Education Fund, HEF, the school aimed to provide education to the needy, especially orphans in Africa. However, disagreements arose after Sutherland's departure in 2020, leading to a continuous struggle for control between the Diocese of Kigezi, the community, and a one Ronald Serikale, appointed as the chairman of the board of governors.
Twatandika twashoboza sete mbakustayo twarombeka byo birasibina turwana ngo bakatwasiniya siniya twagitungo nanga kutwaheze twanda ngufite mu natikiniko nabe yaturema yagumiraho mpa ngeno ugumujungu Hector kwiyabira tayira umwana master hari bakara umutati kwe kwasi yabuza atikiri cyombe ko nicyabaha Kanishita bazika nishombe cyangwa twesiniye ati mbwa timuka chimpanka nkabatira musiniye tukanyisha turukwende ati mumpa abana.
As a member of the fellowship, I can see the whole problem is only one person who is called Ronald Serikale, who assumes the power, everything. He wants to take it as one person. So for us as a fellowship, we have a problem. The only problem we have is that man called Ronald Serikale, who is assuming everything to be his, and which was not the plan of the founder, who was called Hector Sutherland. After the departure of Hector Sutherland, Serikale assumed everything.
Kabale Resident District Commissioner Godfrey Nyakauma stated that Serikale claimed full responsibility of the school structures and land, despite documentations supporting the church's ownership. He adds that the security interventions failed to reconcile the parties, prompting him to close the school indefinitely, citing concerns over the well-being of students and parents. He adds that despite the church owning land titles where the school is located and other documents where Sutherland asserted that the school will be taken over by church and community, Serikale struck to his claims that he is the sole rightful owner.
Now, the high school has temporarily been suspended to open open this year, following the land dispute. The school has been locked in for some time between Kigezi Diocese, the community, and the former chairperson, Board of Governors called Sirikare Ronald. This school was actually initially started by the community on the land of Kigezi Diocese, who are the title holder, with the community beginning the school with one classroom block constructed by the community.
Nyakauma highlighted that when security repeatedly intervened in the investigations and reconciled the parties, Serikali dodged them and refused to cooperate, adding that in order not to suffocate hopes of innocent students and parents, his office have sat and decided that the school should shut operations until further notice. He says that security will consider reopening it when they get satisfied that all the wrangles have been fully resolved.
Attempts to reconcile the warring parties, but most often, whenever we call for meetings, Sirikare Ronald would refuse to come for the meeting, making it very difficult to iron out the dispute between the warring parties. And following the bitterness with the community, we found it necessary to suspend the opening of this school until the warring parties sit and iron out the ownership of the school.
Kaharo Sub-County LC3 chairperson Edmund Watson Tumwesije expressed frustration at unsuccessful reconciliation attempts and highlighted the adverse impact on students, parents, and teachers. He further says that the closure jeopardizes the late thousands' dream of extending education in the area.
Muno kabati cyasawe nibakoraho nabanda binahe mirimo okurango serukarogwe na yeta director kandi cyamani wa board akabanyaga abahereze kashara kabo naho bari kutayo kwetongwito kabo kandi bamwe ababinga tino wagambire
Parents and students voiced their worries, saying that they have been challenged and bothered over what has been happening, and now that the school has been closed, they don't know where to start from. They add that they are worried on how they will have access to the results that are currently kept within the school premises.
Ati nifundi kuza kuronda tinkamenya ko ndazibona abo kuba haraziti barabimuvuze ibyo nani ngenda kujonka uyo mutahani ndaba nisibye muno ndahabwo kuba nibona bano bareba kubwo mushomero kazo mulindi utarigetegire ubundi na fees nibyongera ngene mutungu kuraba nisibye je naza mejimira bana mu nyumbu yacenga cyacendera abana batandikwa kutegwe njarabwe cenge bw'nyumbu kwija haba meja bati cyago kugira menduru tibamaya abantu begisoraga nabashashura moha bati cyababura basi ushanga subject zimwe cyayija maranga kanga bw'ubutamanya uramushashuru warabuze
Milton Okurunonji, Diocese Secretary for the Diocese of Kigezi, says that there has been issues of conflict, especially in the internal management of the school, and Serikali, who claims for the ownership, adding that in trying to resolve issues, Serikali would not turn up, insisting that the school is on church land, church founded, and the school rightly belongs to the church. He adds that the desire for the church is seeing the school operating, adding that since the office of the RDC has intervened, they are hopeful all will be well.
Kaharo Senior Secondary School, popularly called the ALLIAN, its genesis is that it started at the church. It's a church. The idea for starting that school started with the church together with a partner at that time, but entirely starting at the church and on church land. And then, as far as I know, then it began to grow. But it looks along the way there had developed some conflicts where the issue became later in time about ownership. But as far as I know, the school is on church land, church founded.
Nkurunji further assures that as a church, they have got a land title which indicates that they are the right owners of the school. He also says that now that the school is closed, is so unfortunate for the students who have been studying from the school.
Of course, the desire of the church would be seeing this school, in operation again. But since there are conflicts and the RDC has intervened, we have to wait to see what comes out. But I'm very hopeful that a peaceful, amicable solution will come.
The community anxiously awaits the resolution to the complex ownership dispute that has disrupted the pursuit of education for countless students. Remember, first term for the academic year 2024 commenced yesterday. Asimwe, Gntv, ATUBANDIIZE.
That report, and our dear viewers of Gntv, that's all we had for today, and thanks for being part of us from the time we started to the time we are coming to the end of our today's bulletin. I'm ALLIAN ATUBANDIIZE, Gntv at 12, and up next is a lunch hour service at King of Kings Church. Please come and attend with our beloved Dr. Bishop Silas Tayewa. Good afternoon.